chat in here.
You just open the chat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, you can only, I don't know if you can do it on computer.
Oh my goodness, we're live.
Oh shit! I got here
Yeah.
early. Ah! Now,
Yippee.
hello everyone. Sorry for my premature stream moment. I was trying to mess with something and totally forgot that we'd already started. I'll just get rid of that for now. I'll fix that later. Boom. Welcome everyone. Prenet 3 prediction stream, Sunny Coast 2025. As you can see, we have a pretty big cast this time around, so we'll see how it goes. If it's a bit too messy or whatever, we'll cut it back down to what it was last time. But yeah, I thought it'd be a bit of fun. And admittedly, what happened was I asked all of these gentlemen, because usually when I do a stream, most people will be busy, so I'll message a bunch of people at once. And it just so happened this time around, everyone was free, and so I was like, all right, we'll give it a crack. So let us know what you think. But hello, Crouchy Gunner. How you going, boys?
G'day, mate. Yeah, we're good.
That's really
Excited
good.
to get this stream underway and review some things.
That's a good start. Awesome, Brodizzle. How you going, brother?
Doing absolutely fantastic. I love you, by the way.
I love you too.
Sorry, I just said that for cool bands.
No, the cool beans. That's awkward.
Yeah. Continue.
Anyway, Pugsalad. How are you, mate? You good?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm just tired, but not good other than
Average Pugsalad moment for real.
that.
And Gustice. Hello.
Hello, Holmes. I love you specifically, Holmes. And
Thank you so much, guys. That's really validating. I love you too. Anyway, again, for anyone that's not seen any of the recent prediction streams, I'll just explain quickly how we're going to do it. So, on the spreadsheet, I'm going to share in a sec. There's all of the teams just listed in alphabetical order with the rosters, and then I've gotten all of the boys to individually put their predictions down. And we're basically going to argue over the final predictions, the final placings from 15th all the way through to 1st. And I've included on the spreadsheet also the community ones, so we'll take them into account. But obviously, unless people in the chat want to, pipe up, we won't have someone necessarily arguing for the community's thingies. So yeah, we'll just get right to it. I'll just share my screen. Oh.
he means you, cool beans. You have to argue for the community.
Obviously, I was referring just to Corbins. Cool. Happy days. So here we have the full spready. So yeah, we've got everyone's predictions 1st to 15th, and then just the teams are listed here, and we're just going to be filling in this final placements bit. So without further ado, 15th place, gentlemen. So 4 of us had turkeys in 15th place. Community also had turkeys in 15th place, but Gustice and Brodizzle had Calamity in 15th place. So as the minority in this instance, boys, you gotta. Do you want to plead your case for Calamity, or do you want to give in and we'll just put turkeys in 15th place? How are you feeling?
Brodizzle, go first.
Me? What? No. Okay. Look, I didn't really want to be a sheep, you know. I wanted to be my own person, be unique. So
Right, Brodizzle was the
Calamity
last
instead of
person.
turkeys, you know?
He was the last person to fill in the predictions.
No,
sheet, so
they
he saw what
the
everyone
community
else.
does not need to know this.
Community has been informed.
That's definitely not what happened.
Has been informed. You just
For
want to be
real, I
different.
think turkeys have been like a team. Yeah, exactly. I think the team's been like together longer. They know the ins and outs of H-Bro. Not saying that Calamity doesn't know shit either, but I don't know. I'm just fucking waffling at this point. Gustice, you go.
Good
Already.
start, brother. Very, very strong start. Very strong case.
My bad.
Look,
Gus,
so Deimos and Lockie, both really good players. They're like top scoring league in Canberra now, and like
studs.
I think they're better than the other 2 teams that I put them below. However, I'm not going to argue it because Odeur is not coming to Pre-Nats 3 anymore, so the team is probably a bit weaker than when I put that in.
And you said that Ardeux's just been replaced
what you
by another newer player?
I am actually not even 100% sure
Mystery
who's
player.
replacing him, but the only person I heard of possibly replacing him was a new player who will be coming to Nats or Clams. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Well, maybe Pug, can you give us a little bit of insight? Because obviously you've put Calamity 1 spot above. What for you was the determining factor for putting Calamity above turkeys? And try and put some Queensland bias aside if you can.
Yeah, I'll try. I think that the Rod Rat combo, because they go out at the start like pretty often. Their attacking power is sort of, I think it's really good. It's not bad. They'll be able to pick up 4, and if they can sort of play a low base game, I think they'll be able to do really well. Like they could probably jump maybe 1 or 2 more spots that they've put them in. I can't see them doing any higher than that. But yeah, I think the opening 2 of them and then them coming home to defend could probably push them or keep them up a bit more.
Crouchy or Gunner, did you have any strong thoughts on why you put Calamity
How have
over
they been going?
turkeys?
For me, it was like home side advantage. They played Pre-Nats 2 and probably Pre-Nats 1 as well, so they've just got that experience over the other guys. And then I feel like if you got a team called Turkeys, you just kind of have to come last. You're not really like you just, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, totally fair. Brodizzle, you're going to say something? Oh, you've muted yourself?
Yeah, so how does Calamity go against Fire Nation at home?
It's sort of pretty even. Like it's on and off really. Calamity, they'll sort of all take games off some of the higher teams as well. Like it's we all know how we play, so it's really even between all the teams. Sometimes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Fair enough.
Gunnar, did you have any other thoughts, or is this one of the ones you were talking about where you just got no idea who anyone is?
Yeah, I don't really know who anyone is, but I can't really see the Turkeys not coming last with the lineup. And now that they've lost Odeur, I don't think they're going to get off the bottom. I would love to see them to, obviously, but I just don't think it's going to happen.
Yes, as always with the predictions, if anyone doesn't like where their team's been predicted, that's just more motivation and opportunity for you to prove us wrong in the review stream and make us look very, very stupid and silly. Alas, someone's going to take the 15th place.
Well, I'm assuming Nickel is captaining that team, right? Would that be
surely?
Right, Vince?
Nickel is captaining that team.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's got quite a bit of experience there, which probably will help them a bit. And you've only got to win, like, what? It depends if you have to play the whole of like, are they doing finals where the bottom teams just get straight out? Do we know? Or is it like going to be like a finals? Yeah.
We could probably find that
Good
out
question,
unless
Crouchy.
someone
I reckon
knows.
they're more
I
like
assume maybe Ascension, but
Yeah.
I got the schedule up. So
Yeah.
are you talking about the wooden spoon game? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. So it's 14th, 15th they're out. 13th goes through to the next game if they win.
So is it double a limb like straight away?
Yeah, double a limb. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, no, I think the turkeys, like, realistically, I think we always see a little bit of shuffling on the bottom end. Like, you know, a team that's having a bad tournament can have a good day on the last day, and they can break free of those wooden spoon placings. But someone's going to have the 15th wooden spoon place, and I think with Ardeur being missing now, I think, are we all happy to put turkeys in 15th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lock it in.
But when they come 13th, I will have told you guys. So
Naturally. Yeah. Cool. All right. Moving on. 14th. Who have we got? We've got a couple people with, how do you say that? Kitsune? Kits? Do you know, Gus?
their
Kitsune?
nationals team will be Kitsune.
Kitsune.
This is not
Sure.
how you spell the
Right.
nationals team.
I might just call them Kitsune
You
anyway.
fixed it on mine though. I wrote Kitsune.
You did write Kitsune. I might leave that. There we go.
Yeah.
That's good.
We can call them that.
So we have a couple for Kitsune and 3 for Calamity and 1 turkeys. Turkey's already out, so I guess we'll put it up to Gus and myself for the Kitsune placement. Gus, what's your reason for the 14th for Kitsune below the other ones?
These guys have been training in Canberra really hard. Finn is an absolute beast. I think he'll just carry them over Calamity.
Yep. Sure. And I think for me, so I had them in 14th below Calamity because I had turkeys in 15th. For me, kind of like what Crouchy was saying before, is like sure, Finn and Arden played in fairness, Finn and Arden did play Prenats 2. I'm not sure about Prenats 1, and then Jam is like a local Queensland player. Although, at least since I've been there, he's not been training very much in the sunny coast. The Calamity team is a full home site team, effectively. And as Pugsalad was saying before, like the Rod and Rat combo is actually like pretty damn strong. And they're really good at like with their setups and breaking into bases and stuff, which I think is going to have a lot of mileage down at the lower tier. So for all of those reasons, the fact Calamity's kind of played did they play Prenats 1 as well, Pug?
Good question. Let me check.
Maybe not as
I
Calamity.
don't know.
There was a lot
So
of
Rat
mixed
would
teams,
have
right?
played. Yeah, Rat played on Spartans. Rod didn't go. I think Hendo played on a different team. They
I think
some of them would have played.
the 6 team, Team 6,
Yeah,
Enter Team 6
Yeah, something like that.
with
So
Bones.
at the very least, Calamity has played 1 full Prenats, and then like as a team, and then Prenats 1, like a bunch of players played. And I think that is going to be the big separating factor and why I put them above Turkeys and Kitsune. But for the rest of the boys, Crouchy Gunner, you got Calamity in 14th, so as well as Pug. So what's your reasoning for them being below Kitsune?
This is your one.
My one.
Yeah.
My one's not interesting because I don't know who Rod, Rat, Kit, Endo, any are. I only know Gypsy.
To be honest, I think we were discussing like these two pretty much like inversed as well. Like Kitsune coming like above Calamity, but it was hard to know who is actually on that team with the way people change the aliases just for brands.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
like I don't know who Arden is. I assume like Finn is obviously really good, so yeah, he's probably a standout player in both those teams. So
But if you put these 3 teams in a do or die game, we think they're going to come out on top. So
yeah, it's fair.
Kitsune or whatever, I think they come out 9 times out of 10 on top.
Yeah, they do get thrown against the top teams in the country. So
No, because Kitsune's the Canberra one.
oh, you think they're coming out on top?
Yeah, I think Finn just carries them over, even with home side advantage.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
probably all
and-
just Finn really carrying the team.
Well, you got Jam on it as well. Who plays their home side.
That's fair. I don't think he's played any of the.
Apparently doesn't play
He
there.
hasn't played there.
Yeah,
for
Doesn't
a
play that.
little
Can we
bit.
switch it around then?
I could switch it around if you like, mate.
Yeah, can we switch it then? This would have been helpful knowledge before we did this.
Crouchy, they're well, we could swap Gunner. Calamity, Kit, Sunny. We'll leave it like that because that's funny.
I thought Jam played there.
No, I don't think he plays that much.
Yeah,
You got to
he's
put the
not playing
3
much
ends, so
recently.
that's really
He
important.
doesn't play at all.
That's true.
I don't know. He
No,
hasn't been
he hasn't been playing for a little
Oh,
bit, but he's
what
sort
have I
of
done?
just come back.
Oh, I was going to say he's on the committee. How's he not playing?
Interesting.
Well, that's
Anyway, Pug, why have you put Calamity below the Kit Sunny team?
I saw Finn, Jim, and Bluely, and I think Bluely played in Albury, so they all have Nats experience. I think Finn is a really good player. When Jim was playing a bit more, he's a really good player. I think he's not going to be rusty. Like, I still think he'll be all right. And the two will probably carry them over, I think, over Calamity. Yeah. And then Arden also has experience in the maze because she played pre 2.
She did play pre 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, at the moment it still seems a bit up in the air for Kitsune and Calamity for 14th. Has anyone else got any strong feelings about 14th? Or maybe we move on to 13th and that can help us out a bit as well.
I'd honestly be happy to swap mine over as well, because I think those two are still like they bounce between each other.
Yeah.
So yeah, if it is easier, I think Kitsune could go below Calamity for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Gus,
just
you still
making
happy with yours?
Gary Net is Garnet, right?
Yes. Gary
Yes,
Net
okay,
is
cool.
Garnet.
Just checking.
Amazing.
The whole spelling of that name is off.
I'm pondering.
Right, well,
Right, stream. I'm pondering.
Maybe I put Kitsune here for now, and realistically probably Calamity here, and we can kind of circle back to it if we feel like that's any different. But has anyone got big obligations to that? Gunnar, you happy with that, brother?
Yeah,
Look, you think Finn carries,
Kitsune's
but
going to beat that team.
That's my opinion. That's just my opinion.
Huh?
I put Kitsune, like, if we look at the ratings, it's 3 for Kitsune, 3 for Calamity, and I put Kitsune above Calamity. So on the average,
Right.
Kitsune
If you did it from that
I
kind
think
of...
Kitsune's better. NGL.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Alright.
I'd put Kitsune above Calamity actually. Yeah.
All right, we could do that. We can do
Well,
that.
when Calamity beat Kitsune, I'll be waiting to hear from everyone else.
That's good.
Let's see if you make it to the review stream.
I won't make it to the review stream.
We'll make sure you're there, Gunnar. We'll line up a day that works just for you, all right?
We'll call you. We'll call you.
What I like
All
to
right.
hear.
I'm always accommodating for you, Gunnar. All right. King treatment. All right. 12th place. Who are the common people? So we've got, including community, 3 outlaws, but 4 for the Fire Nation. So maybe who's got outlaws? Myself and Pug have outlaws below Fire Nation. So Pug, do you maybe want to plead your case for why you've put? I mean, we
Yep.
both put Fire Nation a couple spots above, right? So you can go first.
Yeah. I think Fire Nation has been playing really well. Like, I think Newt has been captaining pretty well in the maze. They play it very often. They're usually, or some of them are usually at trainings on Mondays quite a bit. I think they'll do really well if they don't let things get into their head, which kind of happens a little, not too much, but I think as long as they sort of keep a good mindset, they'll do really well. I think Outlaws play on H2, so like going to H Pro might be a bit annoying, and
Newton's
that's
not
sort of why I
playing.
put them down a bit. What did you say?
Newt's not playing apparently.
Oh, isn't he not?
It's
wait.
Western instead of.
That's
Newt.
right. Sorry. Oh, damn. Well, Commander Snake, I still think is captaining. He was at pre 1 and 2, so I still think they'll do better.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of on the same beat as Pug. Outlaws haven't made an appearance at any of the pre-nats so far. They play on H2 now, which, yeah, it's a big adjustment for going from H2 to H Pro. And yeah, the Fire Nation guys they've been playing every week, multiple times a week. Like, even if they're not at they're also playing down at Launton as well, which obviously it's not the same arena, but just the sheer amount that those guys are playing every week. And the fact they're able to play the arena, the fact that they played Pre-Nuts 1 and 2 already, that's why I've put Fire Nation a couple spots above. But does anyone want to, for the Outlaws, for the Fire Nation people in 12th, have you guys got any thoughts on why you've put them below Outlaws?
No. Commander Snake's on that team. He solos everyone. I should have glazed more. My bad.
I think by the end of the tournament, though, Outlaws
I should have glazed more.
their timing back for H2.
Yeah, I reckon.
And then Outlaws know how to swing a game into their favor. They'll go in there knowing what they're going to do.
Yeah,
They've
definitely got more
Yeah, there's so much experience in that team. So home side advantage and pack use at the end of the tournament doesn't mean anything because everyone's been playing on it for a couple of days. And I think Outlaws will just come on top. They'll throw everything at it and we'll just win.
Yeah, especially with Camster on the team as well. He's always up in the solos and stuff. And up on that mezzanine is just perfect for a goal like that. So
yeah, Camster's a beast. These guys came and played New South Wales Open in Canberra as well, and they're all really good on Helios Pro.
Yeah,
did they win?
Sure.
They did not win.
Oh.
But I think they beat the other teams, the Canberra teams who were there.
Oh, rip.
Who won? The Dragons.
The Dragons did win.
Absolutely.
Did Rampage attend?
Rampage came second.
That's tough. That's tough placement.
Okay, at least top 10.
True.
Yeah, I think I definitely get Outlaws. I mean, what is Skyros, Brownie, Invictus, Camster. Yeah, I mean, Camster being on that mezzanine the whole time, he's tall enough, he'll be able to look over those walls, but he's also athletic enough that he'll be able to crouch below them too. He's good on dueling. Him being up on the mezzanine is actually going to be a pretty big problem for the teams down at this end. So, yeah, I definitely see a universe where the Outlaws do potentially beat Fire Nation, depending on how the Fire Nation gets their stuff together. But yeah, I guess it's a big question mark because we haven't seen the Outlaws in this arena yet. You can have really good teams that just go to a arena that just doesn't suit them, and who knows, this could be one that suits them or it could not be. And I think historically Outlaws have been pretty defensive. I've seen plenty of games where they've defended an entire game and not made a big move and it's ended up defending themselves to a third, which I don't know. Pug, having played the arena probably the most out of all of us, do you think them being a super defensive team like that is going to be beneficial to them in Sunny Coast?
It could be better. If they can forcing low bases in this arena would be really good. The way to get in a base is just a pin and in. So I'm pretty sure packing would be able to do that pretty well. Carlton does this thing where I'll start pitting the door, and when he walks in, he'll sort of tuck back a little bit and then go. And I think packing will be very good at that.
Yeah, he's really good at that movement.
Yeah. They'll be able to do pretty well, I think. I just don't know if they'll be able to beat the teams above them.
Yeah. I think for me, I would be fine to concede the Fire Nation to 12. Because the other team above them that we could probably talk about as well, because realistically it's Sharks, Outlaws, and Fire Nation in this bracket. So we could probably talk about the Sharks a bit too. So who is it? Me, Pug, Crouchy, Gunner. Crouchy and Gunner, can you talk a little bit about what your thoughts are with the Sharks being in 11th, only one spot above Fire Nation? And is there a world where you see them flip it up?
Sorry, I was looking at the spreadsheet. A lot of words were there. I just think with the experience of Arvel method, Plank's got a few years into him, Red Devil, I think they just beat him on experience there.
Yeah.
That's a lot of laser tag they've played individually.
Yeah, I just can't see Fire Nation maybe a lot of the people on that team are up and coming. They got some Commander Snake's obviously been playing a long time. But I think they're going to struggle with captaining a little bit because they don't actually play together as a team. fully, and then they got like no real standout power players, unlike the Sharks and Outlaws.
Commander Snake he's been kind of not taught by Gaza, but he knows how to hurdle chickens. I think he'd be pretty good at that. I think he knows how to bring
I think he'd be very good, like
together.
strategy wise and captaining. I just think it'll be like if you're not doing it all the time with the same team, I think it'll just be a little bit.
Is Commander Snake captaining the team?
Yeah, he will be, I think.
I think that's what's been decided.
I still think though with Method, Arbol,
Yeah, I can't see that.
playing Red Devils.
I don't think. Why are Sharks this low? To be honest, are they really that bad? Come on.
I don't think it's that they're bad. I think the other teams above.
Why are they 11th? What the fuck?
No, looking at it now, I am a Queenslander now, so I think a little bit of my Queensland bias may have
Always.
So I think for me, I think Sharks should definitely be above Outlaws and Fire Nation. So I'd be happy with them on the top of that bracket of 3. I'm still not like super convinced on like the Outlaws Fire Nation, like who's where, but
Yeah, pushing Sharks up would probably be the best thing, I think.
Yeah. Are we all happy with Sharks in 10th in this top bracket of those 3?
Do they beat? Do Rusty? Beating Rusty?
It was kind of a toss-up for Rusty, I thought, but then Rusty's got the home side advantage there.
Yeah, I think Rusty will do.
And like Rusty's they're no pushovers.
No.
Yeah, that is fair.
Some
And also,
of them are.
we have like.
Some of them are. Tell you what, I'll put Sharks there for now, but if we decide when we're talking about Rusty and the teams, like the next couple teams, we can always bump them up a bit. So yeah, I don't know about you, Pug. I'm happy to concede the Fire Nation the 12th and Outlaws 11th, but I wouldn't be surprised if Fire Nation did come out on top of that as well when we did.
Yeah, well, we can do that. I think they'll probably do a little bit better than 12th, but yeah, we'll split it there. Should be good.
Yeah. I believe in the Fire Nation. You guys can do it. Amazing. So the next couple teams we've got, it looks like there's a couple mentions of Frogtide and Dragon D's, but for the most part, it's all Rampus and Rusty. So, I mean, we've all unanimously put, like outside of the Sharks, we've all unanimously put Rusty in 9th place. So that might be the easiest placement there, unless anyone has had any thoughts since we've been discussing. Amazing.
No,
I mean, Mopar built this maze, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
I think so.
The maze and knows
With
what packs
the help of Raven or something, yeah.
Yeah.
They're both on the team, so.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, they won't use all their secret shots until Nats, so like they'll throw this one.
Yeah, true.
No secret lights in this arena.
Some hidden reflex. Yeah.
Mopar's gonna be like in a tiny corner, just DMX lights. Only he knows about.
Yeah. Damn DMX lights. So Rusty, does anyone want to make an argument for them coming out on top of Rampus, or are we happy with the Rampus team, like the Sadlamp, Spider, Zam, Corbin Start team being on top? For me,
Yeah,
I mean, there's a world
that team will
champion on
beat
that
them.
team.
yeah, I could see it happening, but I think it would require Rampus to be having like a really rough tournament, and the Rusty guys to not be feeling so rusty, because I remember seeing like just like portions of that Rusty team at Pre-Nats 2. Stingray was on Rusty for Pre-Nats 2, wasn't he? He's not here this time.
Yeah.
But it was like Stingers, Mopar, Raven. I've always like seen moments of all of them where they've just had like a jeez, like the why the hell am I still playing this bullshit moment. Whereas the Rampus guys, obviously, they're all younger, so yeah, on that, and Spider's team every single time on that last day, I think it doesn't matter what team is on, they always do some kind of a climb. So for me, I don't see Rampus losing to Rusty, but if any of you object,
But we do
speak
have to
now.
consider
What's that?
the cool beans effect.
The cool beans
beans.
effect.
We're
Can
gonna
you
consider
explain the cool
beans,
beans? Can you explain the
Here's
cool beans effect?
Pinnacle. Wherever cool beans goes,
Please? Yep.
cool beans goes.
He's the glue
Cool,
that's
let's
going
go.
to hold this team together.
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to think.
Okay, I'll give you a sec.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks.
very eloquently put together, Mr. Brodizzle.
Yeah.
They needed a cool head on this team to keep them all level. Cool
Yeah.
Beans is going to be that head.
He is not cool-headed, actually. What?
No, he's
Sorry.
not. Actually.
Misspoke.
Everything's changed since last comp he played.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Alright.
I guess. So if we go to 7th place, so we do have the most common ones are Dragon D's and Rampus. Since they're both in that bracket, is there any conversation about swapping Dragon D's and Rampus? I am personally happy with Dragon D's being above them, but did anyone want to make an argument for that, or are we all happy with how it is?
Gus, why do you think you should be above Rampus?
We're just better, you know.
Well
It's
spoken.
better. That's
And
all we
Cool
needed.
Beans is
Yeah.
on that team.
Yeah, true. Sorry.
Damn. The cool Benz effect. Damn. I guess. Well, who are the teams? The common suspects in this bracket are 3: Dragon D's, Frogtide, and Aftershock. So I guess those are probably the 3 teams that we can discuss. In terms of here, Gus, you're kind of the odd one out, putting Frogtide on the lower end of that bracket of 3. So give us your argument for why they're at the bottom of the Dragon D's Aftershock bracket.
I just really believe in myself.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
thanks.
that's really
they're
important.
a good team. They're a good team, and like it's gonna be a toss up on the final day. Like you just never know, but I think we're gonna come out on top.
I appreciate the backing yourself. This is very important. Well, it's Crouchy Gunner. So you have actually put Frogtide a couple positions below everyone else. You've put them in 8th rather than that 5th to 7th bracket. So what's your thoughts for putting Frogtide in outside of that bracket of 3?
We found this bracket actually pretty difficult to decide because obviously like we think all these teams are pretty close, and yeah, we just decided to put Frogtide last under Rampus because we thought Spider, Zam, Sadlamp on a team probably can control Cool Beans and Dart enough to get like the win and stuff against these other teams. Like Spider's just obviously a god on pack points, so you got all that, and then Zam's just running everything else.
Yeah.
Where I feel like obviously Frogtide and yourself, Pug, have a lot of like experience in this space and stuff, which could obviously beat Rampus and these other teams. But me and Crouchy just felt like, this is the way it would have played out in this bracket.
I've got to back Rampage for playing with them on the last pre-nat, so that's why as well.
That's fair
but playing
enough.
with them, you know, they've got structure, they've got the power players. It just seems to me like they're more likely to probably grab the win and just, providing they can like keep the newer additions like controlled, then they'll control the game and win.
Yeah, Pug, I guess what I'll ask you, so obviously you guys came 3rd in pre-nats too with your full, obviously weren't called Riptide, but the Riptide team. You're now missing Noodle and Volley from Frogtide, hence like the name change. How much of an impact do you think that's going to make on the team?
In terms of how we play, a lot, because I think our attacking power is it's stripped, because what we'd usually do is it would be myself and Noodle out first, and then when Noodle's done, we'd hard swap Volley. So it would sort of be those two with their attack, and then Carton coming out as a float for the 3rd.
Yeah.
So if we can go for less bases in a game, that'd be good. But I'm a very antsy, aggressive player, so
Sure.
like having to play for low base games might be a bit tricky. But
You might call
I think-
something silly like a dump for no
yeah,
reason.
exactly.
Sure.
So I can see us sort of being anywhere between sort of the 8th to 6th, 8th to 5th. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It just depends on how we go. I think we played the maze a lot though, so we have a lot of experience in it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think
This is like the real finals, kind of like 7th to 4th, really.
yeah, it is.
Take out those other 3 teams. Yeah.
I mean, we can include 4th as well. It's I like Gunnar was saying before. I actually had the most trouble placing like this part of the bracket as well, just because like 1UP with the inclusion of Runt and Twinkles is such like a massive X factor. Like that's gonna make a really big difference for that team. Frogtide came 3rd, Prenats 2, but they're now missing Noodle and Volley, and they've got Gazza, who's a very strong player, but like how that team plays, I feel is going to be quite different. Dragon D's, we haven't seen. Have any of the Dragons come to a Prenats yet, or is this the first time?
Yeah, Shifter came to Prenats too.
Shifter came to Prenats too. That's right. But like obviously the Dragon D's have been doing extremely well the last few tournaments, but of that bracket, they also had the least experience in, other than 1UP, the least experience in this arena. And then Aftershock, the last Prenats, we were all over the shop. Like I'm pretty sure we were as low as fucking 10th place or something, or maybe even lower. So it was even hard to place us. I put us at 4th more for the meme than anything. But also we're totally capable of pulling that again. So yeah, this was thanks. This was extremely hard to place. Has anyone got strong feelings on in that bracket of 4? Like definitely that team should be at the top, or this team should be at the bottom.
Yeah, I think Runt and Twinkles should be at 4th, and also 1UP is there as well.
Okay, sure. That's totally fair. Any other thoughts?
In recent years,
What's this?
they've made a finals, and like haven't Runt and Twinkles made a finals in every event they've been to?
Every event ever that they've been to, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely.
like in the recent times when they've played together.
I think since Hobart Nats, those two boys haven't missed a team's finals. So
How about Prenats, right?
yeah, including Prenats
Runt
is like
missed a side event final since then as well.
Probably not.
Cool Beans does say it's H Pro though.
Yeah,
so-
they don't have H2 advantage, you know.
True.
I think if you're that good, you're just that good. Doesn't really matter.
No, but it's all in the H2 though.
yeah. I
No,
think
no, yeah, that's
I think at this point, like even if you did make the argument of Runt and Twinkles were only that good because of the H2 advantage, the fact that they were keeping it up like the year after outside of their home nationals, and now like everyone has played a bit of H2, and also the experience that they got playing the best teams at all of these tournaments every single game. I don't think the H2 H Pro factor is going to matter for these boys anymore. I think they're just that good.
Yeah, I agree.
So
Plus, they'll be having fun on 1UP.
Yeah.
It's a fun
True.
team.
plus they will be having so much fun with the boys. Who would?
Except we can't make the training because we're like driving up in the first slot. So if any team wants to swap with us, just reach out and shoot a message. We're in the training spot on the Friday night.
Sick. There's a good shout out. So you want a late session?
Yeah, ideally after like 8 o'clock.
All right. Well, if anyone in the chat can help the 1UP boys out with that, please reach out to them. This is hard. Okay, who are we looking at? I think for me, I would put Rampus below.
Well, we've already
This
decided on
bracket
Rampus
of
at 8th.
So I'm happy. I only said it because their name was there, but I'm happy with that. Frogtide. I mean, Crouchy and Gunner have put them below. I think the fact that you guys have lost Noodle and Volley for pre-nats, even though you guys came third and because you play the arena all the time, I think there's a world where I could concede you that 7th place, even though I've put you higher. But I don't know. Do you want to plead plead a case for yourself, or are you happy with that as well?
I do think we'd probably be able to get at least 6th, but yeah, I don't know. It's all very close from 8 to sort of 5th and 4th. So I'm happy with wherever really. We can go 7th if we want.
Yeah. Any other
tip for Gaza?
Yeah.
Don't put him on last line because he can't panel for shit.
Well, unlucky because he is playing last line.
Oh, okay. So you're getting 9.
So
Cool.
Frogtide down here in 7th. Any objections
Sounds good.
to that? Not cool. And that leaves in this bracket Dragons 1 up with the Vikings boys and Aftershock. Crouchy Gunner, you've put us below both the Dragons and 1 up. So what's your case for Aftershock being below those 2 teams?
Well,
Don't be nice.
you guys historically finish a lot of 4ths. I'm not going to be nice. When did I tell you?
No danger of
No,
that.
historically, you guys finish 4th a lot of times. So you're obviously missing that like X factor to get into the finals. And then
Not the
last
X factor.
tournament, you guys had a bit of a stinker. And I'm pretty
Did have
sure
a bit
from
of a
memory,
stinker.
the last few tournaments, you guys have started real rough. Either it's because of illnesses or injuries.
Have you guys
They're always
considered
trying
having
new
run
things.
for
Yeah.
this?
They're always trying.
But I think, if
That'd be a
you're
good
putting
idea.
yourself in that position, like
Yeah.
early in the piece, you have to win a lot of games or climb way too much to get into a golden
Yeah.
game, let alone a
I
final.
think my one was just based off like the pre-nats 2 finish. Like that's the only like real stats we can go up. It was just a bit lower, so
Yeah.
that's just why pretty much I think I placed you guys there. But you're also playing with like your strongest lineup, right? Pretty much, I think.
Yeah, it's the strongest lineup. We did have pre-nats 2 the same team. I think I will defend our performance a little bit for pre-nats 2 in that I know for me it was probably the worst tournament I've ever played. And I think a big part of that was that I'd driven from Adelaide to the Gold Coast and I was like moving house and everything. So my energy levels like in my brain and my body was at an all-time low. So I played really, really bad. And so it was basically half the tournament where we were just kind of keeping on forcing me being the first one out and it just wasn't working. I think also strategically, it was at a time where we were trying a lot of different things. Once we swapped, like I was like, I took the L. I was like, all right, I'm playing like ass. I'm going to play elsewhere. Jesse, you go crazy. Once we made that swap, also around the same time that we kind of figured out a bit better what we wanted to do, we started winning a bunch of games. Admittedly, that was at a lower part of the ladder, but I wouldn't expect us to have that same performance that we did last pre-nats. And the last poor performance we had was in Albury Nationals, and that wasn't with this full roster. That was with Jesse and Benny for the first time. So it wasn't, and it was missing Chutch and Funkin as well, which are an enormous factor for our team.
Yeah.
So you said you put yourself in 4th then for the meme. So where do you realistically put your team? If you're arguing not 6th place, where do you?
I think I would put us in 5th and the Dragons in 6th. Purely, I would say that confidently, purely because even though there's a world where that swaps, we've played pre-nats 2 as a full team, and the Dragons haven't played pre-nats as a full team. So that's why I would probably put us in 5th at the lowest. But
Are you flying to this comp?
I mean, I would
already
just
living
be. I live on the Gold Coast now, so I will be driving
True,
2 hours.
That's a good
And I've been also that's another factor I think that's going to make a big difference is the fact since I've moved to the Gold Coast, I've also been playing in Sunny Coast, like minimum 1, sometimes two times a week. So I've been getting a lot of time in the arena, and that's a lot. That's going to make a big difference, I think. And I'll have a lot of insight I'll be able to share with the team. So we kind of have an inside man. So I don't know, Gus, if you want to plead a case for you Dragons being above us, you can. But I mean, even on your predictions, you had us above you. So
I did, yeah.
yeah, are we happy then with Dragon D's 6th and Aftershock in 5th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really. I think they're pretty interchangeable. So
I'll see you on Ascension's Day, Ryan Holmes.
I will see you on Ascension's Day, Gus Laurie. Is that how you pronounce your last name? Laurie?
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay. Well, let's look at these couple teams here. So obviously, Crouch Gunner, you've put yourselves in the grand final. Everyone else has put you either in 4th or I put you guys in 5th. So plead your case, Crouchy and Gunner, for being the ones to make it to that grand final over the other teams.
Well, you can't put your own team in 4th.
Who would do
back
that?
yourself. You're either going to go 3rd or 5th.
It's 3rd or not close. No, I think we obviously I think with the addition of Run Twinkles will make. I think the last few years Storm have beaten us every game, or three quarters of every game. I think, yeah. So it's obviously it's real close. So we were thinking that obviously with the addition of Run and Twinkles, it might give us that edge to get that few more pack points and base takes than to get us over the line. But obviously, yeah, I think us and Storm will be very close, closer than it normally is.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, and playing from pre-nets too, like Storm, Catalyst, Spartans are all going to be pretty much the same teams. So, and we were pretty competitive then. So, with this team lineup, I feel like we're going to be competing for that top 4. So, but I don't know how Queensland play, like whether they try and knock each other out or whether they try and help each other get into the finals or how it works up there. But if that happens, then there's no shock. But if they want to knock each other out and play competitively, then we're probably going to make it into the 3rd spot.
Yeah. The rest of the boys, we've all put one up just outside of the finals. So what's your thoughts with that? Maybe Pug, since you've got the most Queensland insight.
Yeah, I just think it comes down to experience in the maze again. I can see one up getting 3rd. Run and Twinkles doing Run and Twinkles thing is obviously pretty good. But Shock, Cyrex, Firebird, Moss, Bones, Peregrine, they're all great players, and it's their own maze. They play very often in it, more than a lot of people. I think Spartans play the most, but more than a lot of people. And I think kudos to Crouchy. You were a pain in the ass to deal with on that rant. So I do think you could probably also boost you guys up as well. But yeah, interchangeable, I guess, from 1 up to Storm. I just think Storm will take it because of experience.
The mezzanine was basically only because Spider could just shoot over the walls, so I could just call it out and he just shot everyone.
Yeah,
so we didn't have any top players. So.
I'll wear tall shoes for you.
Yeah, you know.
Tall shoes. Put your stilettos on, Gunner. You look good in those, man. You look real good. Yeah, I think Brodizzle. Did you have any thoughts on why you've put one up outside of the finals from the Catalyst Spartan Storm group? Oh, is he talking? I can't see. Hold up.
He looks like he's talking, but I think he's muted.
No, we can't hear you, bro.
He just realized.
I think another thing for our team as well is we're very interchangeable as well. You probably don't know what we're going to hit you with. We've got, I think with this team, there's so many combos that you can get hit with.
Yeah, I think historically, in recent years, it's been quite defined what we do because there's just the sort of players we've been playing with. But this team, you can pretty much put anyone anywhere, and they're gonna.
Yeah, no one would have expected Run and Twinkles attacking first for 1 up last year.
No one would have expected that. Have 1 up had any discussions on how you guys are going to play with Rut and Twinkles? Or is it just rock up?
Yeah, we have, but we will not be talking about it.
Not disclosing. No tea.
Yeah, no disclosing. But I just think with our lineup, I think there's a lot of combos. So you might prepare for like run Twinkles, so you might heavy defense, but then like we send me and Crouchy who are just going to play a slower game, like try and hold the team there while run Twinkles like run to the other base, maybe get 1 or 2. Like I think the firepower on this team is just it's going to be.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Hard to control.
Yeah,
We can hear you now, Brodizzle.
Okay.
Yeah, totally valid. I'm actually this one up team with Runt and Twinkles is definitely the team I'm most excited to see, because you're totally right in that there's so many different variations that you can run with. You could do the classic combos of the Crouchy Gunner, the Runt Twinkles, or the potentially more exciting combos of like Runt Gunner, Runt Crouchy, or Twinkles Gunner, Twinkles Crouchy. It's between those 4 players, you have an enormous amount of like offensive firepower, and then traditionally it was like Guinea and
I think in these bases as well, like Morrow and Guinea will be able to defend these real good.
Yeah, you can either lock them out or have one end or play on the outside.
And then if you got like Run Twinkles Mill you also as a third back there, I think it'll be really it's not going to be impossible to get in, but I hope it'll be hard to get into, and you waste minutes off the clock.
Yeah,
which puts the other teams in stress and stuff like that while you're destroying bases, hopefully.
Another thing to mention as well, like Storm, obviously at Pre-Nats 2, they did get the second, but like throughout the competition, they weren't performing like that great. Like I think Spartans were dominating the whole tournament, which they didn't really get the respect for in the review stream, because they were like 10 points clear of Storm going into finals, and then Storm was like 10 points away from 9th place. So like it was super close between like Storm and everyone else. But like Spartans were way above. So look, obviously Catalyst had a bad tournament, so I think like it's pretty obvious that they're going to come back and get into that finals. But Storm is a bit of that outlier. Like I'm not too sure that that they didn't get a bit lucky with getting second. But
yeah, Gus, you're kind of the only one that hasn't, and Brodizzle, I haven't heard from either of you yet, but like, so you both have put one up just below Storm, so can you talk us through that a little bit as well?
Look, my expectation since the last couple of Queensland Natses I've been at is that Queensland's going to take 1, 2, 3. Like it happened in Brisbane, happened in Sunny Coast. I'd be very surprised to not see them do it again.
Yep, Brodizzle.
I concur.
That's really awesome. Good man.
No, I think I'm expecting Storm to win just because Shock's my goat, and the rest of the team's my goat. Right?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, for me. Yeah, I definitely see, even though Catalyst had a bad pre-Nats too, I think they are the kind of team that we've seen, like historically, if they've ever had a bad result, they will rally and come back really strong the next time around. So I'm just looking back on history. I mean, it was last Sunny Coast pre-Nats. Sunny Coast 2019, like pre-Nats 2 or 3 that they got knocked out from making the grand final, and then they came back and they won nationals, right? So just looking back in history's sake, I don't see there's a world where Catalyst and Spartans aren't in the finals. And for me, Storm, with them being able to train against Catalyst Spartans every single week in this arena, Shock has become like such a dominant player, and like this is very much like his home arena. Even with the Runt Twinkles factor, I would expect it to be Storm, Catalyst, Spartans in the finals. So for the purposes of the predictions, I would want to put one up in 4th and Storm in the finals above them. But again, I would not be surprised whatsoever if one up bumped Storm or even like potentially Catalyst out of this finals. I don't see this world where Spartans don't make this finals, but how does that sit with everyone else to put one up in 4th? And then
we want not an all Queensland finals as well, so like
we want that too. I think if anyone's going to do it, it's most likely to be you guys.
Yeah.
Well, it normally comes down to one decision in the game, so like any of these teams could make a final.
For sure.
It comes down to micro decisions in between the games late.
Yeah.
Like you guys had a couple, 2 minor mistakes in your 2 of your golden games that cost you just
by 1,000 points.
Yeah.
You could have made it. So.
Yeah.
It just depends how blind you're going to be on the finals night.
True enough. All right.
Oh, yeah, any of those Queensland teams could just have like a terrible tournament as well and be like 10th.
You've got no faith in this team. Hard 9. We're gonna have to go through the thing again. He wants us 9.
All right. I think for now, unless we have some.
I think it's fair to say that
afterwards.
like all those teams above train every week,
100%.
multiple times, like, and the players deserve to be up there in the finals.
Yeah.
We're sort of more of like a mean team with a few players that can shoot well. So
Yeah, because me and Morrow played Canberra, and then you've played Prenats too, and that's the only we've played since Worlds.
yeah,
And then before Worlds, the only thing we played was Nationals, I think.
Absolute fucking weapons, you guys.
again, it'll really come down to whether they'll fight each other out of it or whether they'll help each other get in.
I always like it when teams fight each other out of it, because then you just get so many pack hits.
Yeah,
And I love the solo that.
you love the team.
Well, you heard it
Just don't
there.
tell Gideon
Queensland
about the solo,
teams.
he'll get angry.
Queensland teams do Gunner a favour and be at each other's throats the whole game.
Do
there
us
you
all
go.
a favour.
I'll probably
Solo
still
fight.
get shot up by the Queensland teams. I'm not saying I'll pack like that.
Your bench also. Just need to talk shit around him up and then he's out.
Really disappointed, Gunnar. You didn't call anyone trash the entire time.
Oh,
He's
well,
way
we're not up
out.
to the top 3 yet.
Ah, I see. So
Saving
it's
it.
basically, yeah.
Saving it. All right. Well, we are up to the top 3 now, Gunner. So here's your chance. So just looking at it, the most common third place was Storm. The most common first place was... It was actually 50-50 between the guests for Spartans and Catalyst, but if we clear the community, it was Spartans most common for first. So I guess for now, it's probably easier to put Storm in that third place spot. And we can have a bit of a discussion about Catalyst and Storm. Don't really mind who. Maybe Pug,
Me, it would
Evan.
be, like,
Oh, yeah,
what have
Crouchy?
Catalyst... Oh, sorry.
No,
I
you
was
go.
just going to say, like, what have Catalyst done, like, to deserve to get up to the like first spot? Because obviously Spartans were dominant and got the
I mean,
first.
Bilbo's
so
on
for
the
me,
team now.
They'd be at the top, and then
Does
Yeah,
Bilbo
that's-
make a difference to that lineup, though? Like, great
Oh,
player,
100%.
but does he make that team way better?
I think it's better cohesion among the team.
But
Yeah.
Bilbo often like game calls as well, right?
Probably not for
Not
Catalyst.
really.
Not really,
No.
I think he did a bit of it for that last team on pre-nats, but he kind of swapped halfway
He
through.
was sort of captaining anyway, wasn't he?
Yeah.
It's sort of him and Method. or
Him and Method,
something,
yeah.
captaining.
But
Yeah, it was Bo for Cascade 1 and part of 2, and then Method took over.
no, I
having
think
six players as well. If they if anyone on that team is having a bad game or something like last pre-nats, they just had to carry on playing. Whereas with
Yeah.
6 now, they can
someone tilts.
I
rotate.
think I had
Get
6
benched.
last time. They had Jimmy.
Oh, did they?
Oh, Falcon.
yeah, they had
Oh, there you
Falcon.
go. Oh, my bad.
you haven't, mate.
Yeah, I literally was on ramp. That was it.
Barnes only have 5 this comp. They had Fuzzy at pre-nats too.
Yeah. Fuzzy's not here now.
Yeah, true enough. Pug, you probably have the most insight and haven't spoken for a bit, so I'll pick on you.
Yeah.
You have put Catalyst above Spartans, despite the Catalyst performance at pre-nuts and Spartans performance at pre-nuts. So, what can you run us through your thinking there?
I just want to see them do good. I think it could probably change depending on how they play during round robin. If they have a bad sort of start, they're not gonna place first. I don't think.
Yep.
It's I don't know. The mindset for pre-2 didn't seem too good. I do think Lilbo played exceptionally well outside, like when he was attacking. So I think he could probably give them a little bit of an edge over what Falcon did. But yeah, not too sure. If Spartans don't get injured, I think they'll probably be at the top, to be honest.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
So actually, I had the opportunity to drill with the Spartans recently, and it made me really appreciate like just the sheer pace that they were going at, just in like a basic attack versus defense drill, was really, really, really intense, right? It's basically the intensity that they run into when they go to a tournament, I would argue, is probably less than what they were experiencing every week when they're in their drills. So I think for me, like now that I've had that bit of insight, the Spartans feel really, really well drilled and really dominant in all of those like little mechanical moments. So with that, I would expect Spartans to come first, but like I've said before, the Catalyst has been a team historically. Like if they've ever had a tournament with a performance they weren't happy with, sure, they're pretty upset about it. Like, you know, as any of the teams at the top are when they don't perform as well as they know they should. But they're also a team that's always the following tournament, they've seemed to rally and have a really, really dominant tournament. And
if anyone can work out what went wrong and fix it, it's these guys.
Yeah. I think also, Pug, you could correct me if I'm wrong, but I think also having Lilbo back might make their green a bit stronger, because being able to crouch on that green 7 is really important. And I know Husky's had a little bit of problems with his like knees or his Achilles, so he's probably not super explosive in that green last line position. Whereas now they've got Lilbo back, he'll be able to play that green, and he's very strong on that base.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I do think Husky's pretty good in green, because he has his knee pads on and he's very low to the ground.
Yeah.
But I guess if he isn't feeling it, they can just put Lilbo in and substitute him out or something.
Yeah.
Stalker's also washed.
Is he not washed? What?
No. I said that last stream. I was very wrong.
Surely Catalyst are like used to Potato's little shenanigans, right?
Yeah.
I
Probably.
think like Mad Cans historically like kept them pretty like controlled, and they weren't trying like many new things in strategy wise. So like they were consistently coming second, but now they've got like Taipan in there who's letting them try new things and probably play a little bit more aggressive. They're definitely playing more like a sports team. Like you said, their pace is high. They're they want to win, and they'll do anything to win. So whereas like Catalyst probably just don't play as aggressive as they do. And then maybe they take the anger outside of the arena, which they should try and put it into the arena, and then maybe they'll probably get sort of up to their level of aggression. But
yeah,
I think that's what wins the games for Spartans.
Yeah, I think for me, just given how strong Spartans were pre-Nats 2, I think I would be totally fine to give Spartans that first place prediction and Catalyst the second. Again, as we've said a bunch of times, there's a bunch of brackets for this tournament that are like really tight, and the grand final is no exception. Like there's even a world where Storm wins and as well. But for me, I think the most likely outcome is probably Spartans first and the Catalyst in second. But are you boys all happy with that for final placements?
I don't think anyone's just going to beat. I think they were too strong at 3-2.
Yeah,
As you said, like 10 points clear, and then it was 10 points between second and ninth.
Yeah.
Like that's a big gap if you think about it like that.
Yeah, it's huge.
Like I think they're just too strong, and if you say they've been training that intensely, I think it's only going to get better for them, worse for everyone else.
Yeah, and especially like the grand final series, right? Like they've got the fitness and like they're training at that level. Like they've only got to win that because they're pretty much guaranteed to get.
Is the schedule where first goes straight through again, or what is it?
Let me
sure.
get it.
I don't think.
Or is it like
I think it's the 3 golden games.
3
it
golden
won't be
games?
first goes straight through.
Yeah. Well, that's fun.
3 golden games, and the third so that's not bad actually. Yeah.
I just don't think anyone's beaten Spartan.
Yeah.
Like they might get a run for their money, but I still think they come out on top.
Yeah.
Especially with you've got the leg as a solid winner. Taipan is one. Lord of the Rings and Potato and Stalker are quick, and
Zeropa's there.
Zeropa's tall and annoying to play against.
Yeah.
He's too nice. It annoys me. It annoys me how nice he is in the arena.
Alrighty. Well, if there's no objections, I'll put Spartans in that first place and Catalyst in second. Looking at that now, gents.
Do you guys really think it's gonna be that clear cut though?
I mean, it's a toss up. Like no one knows what's gonna happen on the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As I said, it normally comes down to a decision in play.
Yeah.
Like you can have all these plans and strats, but all it takes is for one person to go rogue and make like half a decision to go one way, and then your base goes down, or you get a base and win the game. Like,
Yeah, true.
it just comes down to decisions in the game.
Yeah, I think
It normally
It's-
happens in like the last minute when someone throws the game.
yeah, they either throw or clutch. There's no in between. Yeah, I think Brodizzle, just given how strong Spartans were pre-nets, like pre-nets 2 is the last thing we have to go off of. Given how strong Spartans were, given how much Catalyst struggled at that tournament, Spartans have been training in the arena more than everyone else. I think if you just look at it just from like a number standpoint, you kind of have to give it to the Spartans. But
Oh, definitely don't.
I've been a massive Catalyst fan since like day one, since like the Wolfpack Boys 2016. So I hope the boys can like really rally and fix all of the issues that they had pre-nets 2 and come back super, super strong and dominant. But that's up to them at this point. Amazing. Who's Mr. ADHD clicking their thing around?
That would be me. That would be me.
I should have guessed. Amazing. Cool. Well, there you have it, everyone. So just to go through it, I'm not going to read it out. That's just silly. I'll upload like this final like little table thing here. I'll upload that to the LSA Facebook group so you can all see it there. The VOD for this will go up on the YouTube very, very soon. I'll stop sharing my screen. Gentlemen, have you got any closing statements that you would like to make ahead of Pre-Nets 3, which is not this weekend after?
I got to shout out Billy Lee's bros for Plank.
Yes, WA Clash. WA Clash. Gotta promote it.
True, WA Clash.
You guys coming to WA Clash?
Someone got the
Coming up
dates
end of March.
End of March, everyone.
End of
WA
March.
Clash. If you want to play a premium laser tag tournament in the Western Australia state, go look it up. WA.
Is that on Laser Force?
Yes,
Yeah.
No, thank you.
What?
Thank you.
Take that back right now.
I come at the time.
You don't want the experience to play on Laser Force?
I don't care about playing Laser Force. I just don't want to go to Perth. Whoever says, "Oh, I'm going to go on holiday," we go on Perth. Oh. Is it?
Hey,
Someone go?
Didn't you say Mora was from there?
No, I don't know where Morrow's from. He's from everywhere. He's very mysterious.
Mara is a very
we had a
mysterious
new
man.
train line built. That's pretty cool.
No,
Wow.
it's not. We got trains.
Yeah,
I like the
Just
train.
by the
Come to
train.
Perth. We got a train. Wait.
Hey, we also have bridges too, all right? Very
That's-
cool.
You're not helping your case here, mate.
Yeah. All very, very awesome reasons to go to WA and Perth. All right, we're gonna wrap it up there. I was gonna do the thing where people have to guess how long the stream went for, but every single time people will go, "Oh, I already looked at the time," so I'm not gonna bother. But
I haven't looked at the time.
okay, Pug, can you please guess for me how long the stream has been gone for?
An hour 40 minutes.
Aaron 40.
God, is
Did
that how
anyone?
it feels like?
I have no idea.
Has anyone else- Aaron 14, you
I'm gonna
reckon?
go-
Yep.
I'm changing mine to hour 30. Aaron 30.
Okay.
That's an hour.
I've already seen it.
Only had two
Brothers will
drinks.
seen. Gus, have you seen?
I have seen. Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
looking at the computer. It's got the clock on it.
All right. Gunnar, did you guess or have you seen?
Oh, I'll just do whatever Crouchy did. That's fine. Like an hour and 15 or whatever, because we're waffling, so it's still going. So
Yeah, we just
like,
keep this going.
like
Then
we're gonna make the hour and 40 if we keep going.
We keep talking. You would have been spot on. It was an hour and 12 minutes, which is, as far as I'm
Wow.
aware, the shortest prediction or review stream we've ever done. Not to say it wasn't
Hour
fun.
and
I think we kind of, I really like this method of doing predictions. It's like fun, argumentative, and it's also very efficient for
Six
getting
of us,
through all
like
the
many
teams.
hands make light work.
Many hands
Because we all-
occasionally make light
we all did it
work.
together.
If it was 6 people on a review
Crouching
stream,
Gunner's idea. Bring the boys over.
bring
Are we
the
all
whole
going
boys
to
up.
pre-nats? Is everyone here going to pre-nats?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Nope.
Brodizzle,
Oh,
you
not
coming?
Brodizzle.
Not Brodizzle.
Nah, not
Odd
You're on
one.
Sharks
I'm-
for Nats though, yeah? Is that what I
No.
heard? No.
I'm Surge.
Everyone
Oh.
come to WA Clash, but he's not coming.
Yes, W Clash.
He's infiltrated from Laser Force just to get everyone to go to WA Clash.
It's so cool and fun. And hey, if you want to build these bros jersey, hit up Commander Snake.
True. You get a silver one, not the gold one, unfortunately.
Yeah, gold ones are only for cool kids like
Yeah.
Pug,
Yeah.
Noodle.
By myself.
That's it.
Pug is so cool. All right, I'm gonna call it there,
So
everyone.
swagger.
Can we move into an LSA After Dark segment? I would need to think of something fun and cool to do. I will consider that next time. And if the next stream happens to be an hour long as well. But at
I'd
that,
love to do an after dark one.
What if you do like GoPro VOD reviews, but you're drunk? So you're just like taking the piss.
we could do that. We could maybe look at some funny clips, Gunner. You got some in mind? Some funny clips to review?
Perhaps he has some more saved for me. I get to see him daily.
Let me
I
open up the
bet he
folder.
does. I bet he does. All right, I'm gonna call it there, everyone. I'll consider doing an After Dark thing next time around. I just want to have a think about what I want to do for it. But thank you, Crouchy Gunner, Brodizzle, Pugsalad, and Gus for coming. Murray came in just at the end.
He didn't even get a shout out. He's going to be sad. He'll
Yeah.
be real sad.
Yeah, it was the Runch and Twinkle show, and you guys forgot about Morrow's on the team as well. So that's probably put us back in third.
Oh, we're going to have to start this again.
Okay, from the top.
Yeah,
From the top.
From the top. Everyone
Right,
forgot
come
about
on.
Morrow. Let's go.
All right. No. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you very much for coming and for being in the chat. And for those of you going to Pre-Nets 3, we'll see you Pre-Nets 3. And bye.